And how about this Iran deal? What do you think about that?
Well, I wish we had held out for a better deal. I think that we started off in this process saying that Iran should not have nuclear enrichment and they shouldn't have a nuclear program. We end up with enrichment, with centrifuges, with Iran having the ability to store enriched uranium, with an inspection regime that is not airtight, and a sunset clause that all of a sudden after 15 years anyway. So I think we end up now sanctioning the fact that Iran's going to have a nuclear program. I wish we'd have held out for more. We didn't, unfortunately, and as a result of that, the air is out of the balloon. We can't put it back in. The sanctions are going to go away, Iran's going to move ahead, and now we've got to do the best we can with what we've got.
Okay. And what's a way to deal with all this terrorism in the world right now? Do you see it just continuing to get worse? Or?
Well, I think you have to do two things at once that are almost contradictory, but they're both important. One of the reasons that you have a lot of this terrorism is this ideology of grievance and vengefulness coming from the Islamist extremists. We've got to make sure that there is a positive alternative, that people in the Muslim world are able to realize responsible, successful livelihoods. So working on democracy, market economy, and so forth. But at the same time, these Islamists are exploiting those openings, such as we saw the Muslim Brotherhood do in Egypt. And so we've got to be extraordinarily tough in fighting these terrorists at the same time that we try to keep open the space for more open societies. That's a tall order, very tough to do.
Okay, good. And what was it like working under both Republicans and Democrats? Didn't you?
Well, you know, as a professional, you do your best to work with the administrations that you've got. And I served 5 administrations. I started in the Reagan administration. And I think that some of these things that I already mentioned, this commitment to democracy, market economy, rule of law, human rights, security, these transcend administrations. That said, the higher up you go, the more it's the personal relationships that matter and the trust that people have. So during the Bush administration, I was brought into the National Security Council, worked there for 4 years, moved up to the State Department as a senior official there, and was appointed ambassador to NATO. The Obama administration comes in, he has his own political team that he's been working with, and he had a political appointee that he wanted to put at NATO, so that dislodged me. And at that point I thought, you know, I've had a very good career, I'm still fairly young, it's probably a good time to move on anyway.
And one last question, what's your view of kind of the presidential election right now? It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Well, it is crazy, it is amazing, and it's a long time away. I mean, we've got a long, crazy season ahead. That said, I think that there is a wide degree, despite the theatrics, and there's a lot of theatrics, there's a pretty broad degree of consensus on some fundamentals. We need to have a strong military and a strong country. It's got to be anchored on a strong economy. And the U.S. needs to be a leader in the world. We can't be pulling back, retreating, letting events buffet us around. I think that is pretty clear orientation among pretty much all the candidates. And I think that's pretty refreshing.
Okay, good.